I like you.
I like you too.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little.
In Texas, college athlete Jack Bradford moves into a communal house of his baseball team. The roommates soon begin to navigate the ups and downs of growing up unsupervised. They try to hook up with as many girls as they can, trying every bit of trick up their sleeve. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to our channel. Jake Bradford arrives at his college 3 days before the start of classes. He enters the baseball house of the members of the team. He first meets McRonald and Roper, who both razz Jake for being a pitcher. He goes upstairs to meet Niles, Pingen, Stoner Wilbouty, Dale, fellow freshman Plummer, and his roommate Billy, aka Bueller. He is called that by the other guys to have the most country bumpkin name they could think of. Jake joined McRonald, Plum, Finn, and Dale as they go around campus inviting girls to a party at their house. The guys drive by a girl named Beverly and her roommate. Although neither are taken by the guys, attempt to hit on them. Beverly comments that she likes the quiet one in the back. The guys then go to a nearby bar, the Fox, where they meet other players of the team, Nesbitt, Burnley, and Coma. They all drink and exchange banter. The team meets with the coach to discuss the rule of the house, that is mainly no drinking and no girls allowed in the room, which all the guys find lame. The guys go out to the nightclub, Sound Machine, and dance with some girl. Dale points out that Finn has a move where he tells the girl that he has an average penis size to seem humble, as opposed to the guys that love to brag about their size. They end up taking the girls back to the house for a party. McReynolds, Roper, Jay, and Finn all go to their rooms to hook up with the girl. Jake wants to bring his girl up to his room, but Bueller and his buddies don't wanna leave, so Jake takes her to his car. On Friday morning, Bueller heads back home for a couple of days because he worries his girlfriend might be pregnant. Later, the guys hang out around the town, such as the arcade where Jake shows Dale the trick to winning at Space Invaders, which is to get the aliens when they reach the last row since they won't shoot at the player. The guys go back to Sound Machine that night, but they are forced to leave when Niles gets drunk and rowdy, attempting to pick a fight with the bartender. The team heads to a country music club without Niles for fear that he will scare away the ladies. At the country club, Jake feels out of place, but his fellow players tell him that he has to embrace his inner weirdness and not to be the person that the others want him to be. Come Saturday, Jake joins Dale and Plum in Wilbouty's room as they take hits from his bong and discuss the Twilight Zone and Van Halen. Among other things, they try some telepathic stuff with the guys trying to guess what Wilbouty is thinking of. Jake plays ping pong with McReynolds with some of the other guys watching. Jake beats McReynolds, who gets angry and chucks his paddle at the wall, breaking it. The other guys start to chant Jake's name. Jake, Plum, Finn, and Burnley walk around the neighborhood and run into Jake's high school buddy, Justin. He invites the guys inside his home for some beers, and he later brings them to a punk rock club where the guys watch Justin's band play a punk rock version of a famous theme song. The guys throw another party at the house that night, wherein some girls participate in a mud wrestling event, with Finn joining and getting slammed into the mud by one of the girls. Meanwhile, Jake leaves some flowers and a note on Beverly's door. On Sunday morning, Jake receives a phone call from Beverly, and the two are now properly acquainted. She is surprised to learn that he is on the baseball team, as she originally believed that athletes were dumb but sees him differently. The two arrange a meeting for that day. Jake takes Beverly out for ice cream, and he learns that she is studying performing arts and has experience at an acting school. In the afternoon, the team gathers for baseball practice. Niles once again overboard with his behavior, such as throwing the ball into the parking lot and just acting like a jerk toward the other guys. After practice, the older teammate taped Jake, Plum, Burnley, and Nesbill to the wall as a freshman hazing ritual where they throw baseballs at the guys, one of which hits Plum in the nuts. After that, the team heads down to the lake for a swim. The guys go to cafeteria for some grub. Dale comments to the freshmen that the older guys like McReynolds and Roper don't really care about the freshmen and would love to see them fail. Plum and Nespel then come in to tell the guys that Will Bouty got kicked out of school after it was learned that he's really a 30-year-old guy that frequently transfers to different college to play baseball and that his name isn't even Bill Bouty. The only thing they found in his room was a Pink Floyd album with a big joint on top of it. The guys figure out that Will Bouty was just a guy that didn't have what it took to go pro, but loved baseball so much that he wanted to play however he could. That night, the guys go to the party at another house, which happens to be costume party. Jake finds Beverly dressed as Alice. Ben tries his average penis bit on one girl but gets cock-blocked by the other guy. Later, the guys watch Beverly act out of dating game. Improv shows as Alice, the other two guys as the maid hater and the queen of hearts. Jake steps in as the cat. Afterward, he and Beverly hang out into the early hours of Monday by the lake and have their first kiss. As classes are about to begin, Jake sleeps in Beverly's room for a bit as she gets ready. They walk to their classes together before separating and kissing again. Dale and Finn sees this and tease him. Jake then heads to the first class and sits next to Plum. The two are confident about what college will bring them. As classes start, Jake puts his head down on his desk to sleep and he smiles. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comment section below which movie you want us to recap next. As always, until the next time.